Welcome to this episode of Cleveland Conversations. The United States incarcerates a lot of people. The Ohio Department of Rehabilitation Correction estimates that in Ohio alone, there's over 45,000 people incarcerated in any given month, and the recidivism rate is at 32% within a 3-year period. Now, any reasonable person will recognize that these are not good, these are terrible numbers. But this leads to a challenge that really hasn't been addressed, which is how do you try to make better both the life of people who are incarcerated as well as those who are re-entering into the community and re-entering into society, if you will. So an organization that is taking this challenge head on is called the Retuning Artists Guild, and it's my pleasure to welcome Gwen Garth to introduce us to this wonderful organization. Welcome, Gwen.
Hi everyone. Yes.
Well, let's start. Describe for us what the Retuning Artists Guild is.
For me, it has become a family of folks where. So let me back up. I am a returning citizen, and when you come home and stuff, it's about finding your tribe, and being in a space where you don't have to keep explaining yourself or justifying yourself. And so the Returning Artists Guild has become family to me. A place where, and also they help me get my work out, also help with supplies and so forth like that. And we've done quite a few retreats, so I've traveled a little bit with them. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And talk a little bit about how this community of support works. Do you get together in a location? Is it done through social media? Talk us through how that happens.
Okay, well, we do have retreats. We do have live meetings, but mostly monthly meetings on through Zoom. Okay, because now that we just started the Cleveland chapter in April. Mm-hmm. Okay, I have been bugging them about we need something here in Cleveland too, because these ladies are out of Columbus, and I had met them back in like 2017 through Ohio Prison Arts Connection, just being at events there, and I met them, and their mission aligned with my mission, so it was like, okay, this is the place for me. Mm-hmm.
And in preparing for this interview, a personal emphasis, you talk a lot about how art is critical as a means of personal expression, and this is of particular importance to people who have been incarcerated in the past. Talk about that. Why is that so important?
Art saved me while I was in prison, so it's definitely a mindset. You can still get in trouble in prison because you can still run into the wrong circles and stuff, but art is a healer. Can be a healer. It can be a place to hide, a comforting place, a place where you can grow. It helped me tremendously, and I advocate for that. It's the therapeutic value of art is unmeasurable. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And how do people find your community?
Well, word of mouth is the best, and we have a few. On social media, we have a few people in our group that still go back inside the prisons and stuff. And so we bring that up, and if people want to, they get in touch with us. Mm. Yeah.
And do you have an established relationship with the prison system? Do they help you identify people who may be approaching their parole or getting released, or are you on your own with making that happen?
No, we're on our own with making that happen. We probably because we're really abolitionists. We really want to abolish the system because we believe that there's other alternatives, to the prison system. So we really still word of mouth and people finding out from other people. I think that's the baddest social media there is that word of mouth.
And do you have gallery space, or how do you find places for your various artists to show their work?
Okay, Amy and Kamisha are doing tremendous work with the libraries and stuff. We have, in fact, we got work in Akron now. I got work in Akron now.
Those are the folks that started the Columbus.
Yes, I'm sorry, the founders. And they are excellent at getting contacts here and there and stuff. And I have a gallery space. There is a gallery space in Columbus, and my gallery, we use my gallery space also.
And I understand that you've achieved 503c status. Congratulations.
Okay, Bragg just got their 501c3 status, yes.
Yeah, that's a wonderful accomplishment.
Yeah.
And who are your primary supporters? Where does your support come from?
Ooh, all over. All over. Anybody, we had Agnes Gunn was really a great supporter with her Art for Justice Fund, Mellon Foundation. With me, it's been the Cleveland Foundation. You have people everywhere. You'd be surprised. There's a lot of people who are want to abolish the system or are working towards that. Yeah. And now I understand that there was an exhibition of art that was created by artists that were incarcerated that was shown at Case Western Reserve University. Okay, it's still up if you want to see it. We push for, well, I'm a, that's part of my artivism. I sit at the table, I'm on the neighborhood advisory committee at Case Western Reserve. And that's one of the things that I was pushing now since we got a new center over there. Let's have some art here. And some more, the professors and so forth got together. And we do have some work there now. I think until the end of February, if you want to go over and watch from the guys from Grafton prison.
And you mentioned earlier that you also that the organization is also involved with trying to support persons who are currently incarcerated. How do you do that?
Well, we still have some people who are inside who know Amy and Kamish. And here in Cleveland, I go back and forth with the Frederick Douglass group. Visit, I do motivational speaking here in the Northeast, the prison here. And I've been down to DCI, Dayton Correctional myself, you know, bringing classes, and like I said, as a motivational speaker.
And is that well received by the people who are incarcerated as well as the? Yeah.
Oh yeah, they love. They do have people coming there like for AA and stuff, but they love I think that what makes our group work well is because we've been there, we've done that. And people love to see the success stories where, you know, when you come out that you don't have to return. You know, I came home in 2000 and I do go back in prison, but it's on my own wheel.
Yeah. And if you don't mind talking a little bit, how has this helped you personally?
How has it helped me personally?
Yeah.
I think when you have the courage and I mean, when you have the support, that gives you more courage. That gives you more knowing somebody's standing with you. It gives you inspiration. It gives me a lot of inspiration. Just being with the group, we're getting ready to go to in fact, this week, I'm going to the Columbus area for a sewing retreat. And so I'm able to be with other people, like-minded people, same-minded people, and we just able to grow together.
And how do you think about how to help others or support others? So when somebody first joins the group, how do you reach out to them? How do you try to help work with them?
Well, we basically leave it, once they get in, we have a handbook, and once they want to be a part of the membership, then it's really on to you. It's just like with anything else. Once you get in a group, if you want to participate, you will actively start to participate. It's not a forced thing, or people are there because they want to be. If they want to be part of the group, they can. If they don't, they can leave. But it's a good place to be. Like I say, to offer, you have the support of people who've been there and done that. And most times the general public kind of shies away when they hear people have been incarcerated and so forth. They want to put a label and separate, But it should be no separation. I made a mistake. I got caught. A lot of people make a mistake. They ain't get caught,
Mm-hmm. And do you have any relationships with any of the art communities in Cleveland, in the area, or Columbus? Art museums and various types of places such as that?
I think Kamisha and Amy do in Columbus and stuff. I do here also, because I used to, I am a former member of the board of Cuyahoga Arts and Culture. So my name is out here in Cleveland.
And is that something that you're looking to cultivate? So is that something as far as getting more visibility? Is that a priority for the organization? So artists, so art for self-expression and personal growth versus, trying to have more people view art. What's your priority?
All of the above. Have more people to create awareness. Like I said earlier about the separation, that we are everyday people also. We just made some mistakes, okay? And this is a way not to keep repeating themselves or beating ourselves up because of that mistake. To me, this is lifting returning citizens up and giving those who are incarcerated hope, that I don't have to go back, and that there's some people out there waiting to receive me, because most of the times the biggest thing is the guilt and the shame. If we can get rid of the guilt and the shame, people aren't afraid to go ahead on with their lives, But as you know, a lot of times we keep going back to, I wish I hadn't did that, But so what? What the Serenity Prayer says, God grant me the courage to accept the things I cannot change. And one is your past. You got to get past that, to keep on going forward. And we call it RAG, Returning Artist Guild, helps to do that. It shines a light on the future.
It's tremendous. And do you work with any other social services agencies in the area?
Okay, I do collaborate. I work with the homeless shelters. I work with senior centers. I work with a lot of nonprofit groups in the Cleveland area, doing art projects and so forth. I now have Artmobile, and so I'll be doing more now. Yeah.
Yep. You started your own project business, the Kings and Queens of Art.
Yes.
Talk about that.
Okay, I started that before I met Amy and them. I started that in 2014. That was one of my ways of giving back to the community. And my motto when I came out of prison was, as long as I'm doing something good, I can't be doing nothing bad. And so I got involved with the community. And with me, it's been, when you're doing this kind of work, your problems become lessened, so to speak. You still have them, but you don't think about them as much. And so Kings and Queens of Art, I opened the doors February 1st in 2014. We're now 12 years old. And this year we're really going to be working with, I have a contract with the Cleveland Public Library with the Artmobile. So we're working on that now, going to the different libraries.
So what are your plans for that?
To do art and to promote art and adult literacy. I want to take it to the streets. Mm-hmm. So now people who don't normally go to art museums or adults who are shamed because they can't read and stuff. This is a way to give people an opportunity to do so, and they don't have to go anywhere. I'm gonna come to you.
So, are there other people in the guild that are branching out and pursuing their own projects, such as yours?
Oh yes. We have Kevin does a lot of work with Kevin Ballou. He does a lot of work with Ingenuity. We have a lot of groups who are kind of I don't want to say sympathetic to the cause, but they kind of help us, and open their doors to it. Like I'm really give accolades to Case Western Reserve for opening doors. That's a big challenge. That was a big challenge for them, I believe, so.
And if someone happens to be listening to this or knows somebody who, some listeners know somebody and thinks that they could benefit from either supporting your organization or perhaps could like to join your community, where would they go? What should they do?
Okay, well, both. You can go to the RAG website, the Returning Artists Guild website, and you can go to Kings and Queens of our KQOA.org. Yeah.
And let's finish up. What are your final words of advice you would give to someone that was where you were when you were being released and they're struggling and looking to find their footing?
Keep your head to the sky. There is hope. There is hope. And there's people who support you. There's people out here to support you. Yes.
Excellent. Well, thank you to Gwendolyn Garth for not only being a guest on Cleveland Conversations, but for her marvelous work in the community and supporting populations which are oftentimes forgotten about or underserved. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Cleveland Conversations.